Good morning and welcome once again to Darth Grumpy Dad Games Twitch stream. Might have to change it to Darth Grumpy Papa. Watching the grandbabies again today, as per usual during the week. So any music you hear in the background, I do not own. It's their little pets. All right, so took yesterday off. Everybody's sicky. Had a house full of sick people. I was like, yeah, I know. That's like, yeah. They were all whining and crying, and I'm like, it wasn't sexy. It wasn't conducive to be able to do this. So today's far better. And we left off. We were putting our different monk builds together. I was putting together a farm build for the monk, which we got. So we need to smash some farming. We need to get our mats up just in general, so I can go make another level 1 Crusader and hopefully be able to make a bunch of bovine Bardacy so we can farm those and farm our portals of enmity for our crafting mats, the rest of our crafting, because we get everything from those. You get everything you need from those portals, and they are really kind of awesome. I didn't understand how awesome they were when they first came out with them. I was like, nah, okay, this is just an extra bit of thing that's like, well, that's like, why? But now that I understand it, right, and early in game when you're trying to get like your seasonal journey done, when you're just trying to smash this out, the first 4 chapters of this, right? It's like so time consuming to stop and run one of those. But it's a good idea to do like one, at least one. Hit one of those, right? To get you some crafting mats, maybe some, maybe if you're lucky, some death breath and some bounty mats at the end and whatnot, a few extra legendaries. But I mean the drop rates are much higher in those. Like it's consistently higher. You get better stuff, but they also get harder. Each portal, each level you go is harder by half again or so. It's not exponential, but it's by about half again. They're harder. It feels right when you're pushing with no gear and looking for stuff. But when you're trying to get this stuff, it just like it's like, ooh, one of these. Excuse me. But it seems to me like it's better to try and just push this stuff out. Right, I yesterday, like I was bored. I was watching the grandbabies. I couldn't stream, and I didn't want to. Like, I don't like doing content or working on this build, this stuff without being live. So you guys get a full, full grasp of what it takes to get where you need to go in the game and how long it takes. Right, have drop rates, what different boss fights look like, areas, and blah blah blah, all that. Right, and I'm forever blathering away. But so let's get into this. First things first, for all new players, go to your options, go to your gameplay, make sure elective mode is on so you can equip multiple skills from multiple areas of, from your offensive, defensive, utility, right? And so you can equip multiple skills and put them on any button you want, right? And again, also I need to mention I do stream all my content exclusively from an Xbox, right? This is all Xbox content. So for those who, and most of it will roll over to PlayStation or Switch. Most of these strategies and stuff. Now the only difference is those gaming systems in seasonal like this, I hear a lot. I don't really play them a lot, but I still hear that people can use modded gear in seasonal, right? So they'll be in there with a sword that does 1 billion damage, right? With like, or rings with 3 sockets on them and stupid stuff. So that's why. So I just stick to this. I like this. It feels far more competitive and far more gratifying when you get achievements, right? And then the second thing off the rails. There was a corner. I was a train going down the hill, right off the rails. Show advanced tooltips. Make sure that's on, right? And I can show you why right now why you want to make sure that's turned on. Let's get into this. Right, first things first. Right, if you go to your skills and look at your skills, see all that extra stuff in green, those extra descriptions? You don't get that if you have that turned off. And the same goes for your follower. Don't get those extra descriptors on your skills, the cooldowns and how long they last and where you're at, right? So they max out like the way I always know for like on my enchantress here, the max buff is 10%, right? And if you switch over to this, see the max buff on this one is 10%. And there'll be one like that on all of them, where you know it's at 4% or 10% or 6 seconds, right, maxed out. And you get there if you look down at her intelligence. Her base attribute that she uses is intelligence. And at 25,000 intelligence, she's maxed out, right? Her skills are maxed out. And since she doesn't get the damage multipliers and she doesn't get the use of a lot of the legendary, your followers in general, your legendary affixes, right? They only get a few of those and they don't work quite as well. She doesn't get the damage multipliers that we do on sets, right? So, like this one, like this Kane set, like she'll benefit from the attack speed, but she gets no that means nothing. But the greater wow, just tie a knot in my tongue. When a greater rift key stone drops, right, 25% chance of an extra, that emanates to us. So anytime, that's why that's on her. That's why I keep that on her. Ring of Grandeur, that's just so I can have only two of these, right? Because there's not another ring slot that I could, like, it'd be nice to have Avarice Band and Oculus Ring on at the same time, right? But I don't have anywhere where anything I want to sacrifice for these two slots, right? Like maybe this I could, but there's no belt. There's no belt in this set, so it'd have to be the head or the hands, right? And I'm not going to give up this. I'm not going to give up the 10-minute shrine effects, right? Because every time we pop our health potion, we get a random shrine effect, and it's going to last 10 minutes, and I'm not giving that up, right? It's too much of a boost to be able to pop one of those every 30 seconds in a rift and have 4 of them up, in the first 2 minutes all the time, right? Not giving that up. Not giving up, and I'm not giving this up either, right? Not giving my items being indestructible up because I hate repairing my stuff all the time when I'm playing solo, right? Not giving up the extra gem drop when on my farm builds. Not giving up any of this. Any of this is not worth giving up, right? Avarice Band when you're farming, bee's knees. Anyways, so we have our Monkey Monk here, and our Monkey Monk farm build is the POJ farm. Like, this is my PO. It's not the push build, it's believe, and I believe I had time to make Sunwuku farm build, POJ farm build, POJ push, and I did not get a chance to get a definite Sunwuku's push build put together. We need, and I've done this just so we can smash out some mats, right? We really need to get some mats together so we can make our bovine bardacy, and we can do some. See, we don't have hardly and I could cheese it. I could cheese it, but I think that's just that takes away from the game a little. All right. But I'm thinking I'm going to do it at least once to even those mats out a little, and then we'll just go run some regular Neffis That's if one of these guys is selling a gray item. So we can cheese this. Might not be able to. Oh, we might be SOL. Yep. Nope, no gray items. So we're just going to have to. And I don't feel like going from town to town looking for somebody selling gray items. It's just rather just get into it. Now, once again, this farm build. Wu Kim Lao, Vengeful Wind. BOJ, Buzz Bands of Justice, Lamblers of Justice, went right over that. Mirrors of Justice, Decree of Justice, Mountains of Justice, Weaves of Justice. So basically, I'm wearing all 6 pieces to get my 6-piece bonus for the farm build, right? Stone of Jordan and Conventional Elements, like those are going to be, just damage creators because I've nerfed myself by not having the Captain's Crimson set, right? Our Caesar's Memento, that's must with the build, balance, and then I have Gold Wrap to make up for the defense. I've some defense I'm giving up, right? And I have the Obsidian Ring. It's because I don't need to wear the Ring of Grandeur because I'm wearing all 6 pieces. I put my Obsidian Ring in the cube because later on I'll be able to get an extra affix on my combo that I can't get, right? So then I can have, if I get an Ancient, hopefully I can get an Ancient, and then I have crit, and I can put area damage on that, so that'll just help with the farming, right? And pushing later, right? And my Stone of Jordan, again, like I should be able to get one with crit, and hopefully I can get with socket and good lightning damage, because then I can roll area damage onto it, right? And it always comes with elite damage. And I can't do that. I can't do that with the Obsidian, right? So you're giving up area damage on a place where you could have area damage. You can see 18% area damage there. I think I rolled area damage on this one. Yeah, 24, right? And we can get area damage here, which is something I was working on, it looks like, because this piece is also my push. So a lot of your pieces, as you're farming, right, are also going to end up being pieces on your push build. So you can work some of this. You can buff these pieces up and slowly tweak them as you go. Jeez Louise. And I know area damage, there we go. There's 17. That'll do for now. Whoops. Check and see. I don't think we have any area damage rolls on here yet. No. And we really want cooldown, resource, and area damage, right? On here. Like an Ancient. Because then if we have to roll the dexterity off for one of those, we can. Right? And then we can augment our dexterity back on. Let's see if we can get some area damage. So we're going to have to roll one of our mains off, right? It's not going to be on this. Whoops. And so you highlight what you want. Oh, yeah, by the way, this too. You highlight what you want. Like, okay, you come in here. You hit your A. You highlight the piece you want to work on. You hit A. You hit A again so you can select what you want to roll off. And then you hit X. And you can see your options. And it will be one of those. That's the only things it can roll for are those things within those ranges. Right? And so we're looking for area damage, right? It's not going to be on there. It's not going to be on this one either, right? There's some good stuff on there, but most of this stuff is just, nah, last in line stuff to worry about. We really want, so we want dex, cooldown reduction, resource reduction, area damage, right? And at least, dex can go away if it has to. Like I said, if it's an ancient piece, we can always put the dex back on. Resist all elements is high. Life per second. Vitality's more important than life per second. So we'll start here. And would you look at that? 10 to 20% area damage on hit. Second one down. That's a possibility. Right? And the list isn't that long. So we should be able to get it. And that's generally speaking with your top 3 or 4 big dog things like that. See, there's cooldown, which we'll keep if we can't get area damage in the next 2 rolls. And then we'll be out of Veiled Crystal again. And I'll get to going on these and be worry about too much. And miss it sometimes when I get what I'm looking for. There we go. Right, so right now, our cooldown, since we don't have, I'm basically prioritizing area damage over cooldown and resource cost, right? And try to keep my dex because it gives you straight damage and it gives you armor. So, trying to keep that for now. And then after that, prioritize area damage. And then I'm using the Ring of Royal Grandeur in our Paul. Ring of Royal Grandeur in our cube to make up for the lack of cooldown reduction on the build itself, right? So if you want to get away from your obsidian altogether, you're going to need 60, close to 70% cooldown reduction, which is really tough to get. Right? On top of all your other area damage and resource, and it's just kind of a tough call. See now, and our pet picking everything up makes all this go except legendaries, and diamonds makes this whole thing go a lot quicker. We just kind of give him enough time to pick stuff up, and this build is so smooth. You stop and go. You don't really, we're doing so much damage with just our sweeping wind and our regular stuff. We don't, right? We don't have to worry about building up our sweeping wind boost, right? Our pop when we stop channeling, because we just wipe them out. And then having the gold. Like I said, it didn't cover rings. If you're early in, you don't have to use squirts. You can use Traveler's Pledge and Compass Rose, so you get the damage reduction, 50%. As long as you're moving, it builds up, you get 50% damage reduction, and that's a good damage reduction builder. You can use Traveler's Pledge and Compass Rose, right? But then you're going to have to give away your combo or your obsidian if you're pushing, right? Yeah. Oh, and I was going to say our gems, Teguk, Bane of the Trapped, and a Boon of the Hoarder, right? Because we get a guaranteed gold drop, and we have gold wrap in the cube on gold pickup, game armor for 5 seconds. And if you look at our armor right now, it's insane. It's insane. And I've seen those numbers in the billions, right? Right? Because our damage is just enough to kill everything on T16. So, it is not ready yet. On we go. I must wait to use that ability. See, now look, see? Putting on billion, fitting it. So this is a pretty tough farm build, as long as as long as you're not messing around and letting those just keep moving, right? If you're not messing around and letting that drop because it's only up for 5 seconds, right? So you got to keep moving.
I must wait to use that ability. It is not ready yet. That ability is not
Bah!
charged.
Sometimes you get moving a little bit too fast with this build, though. It's kind of hard to get through the doorways. But again, it's so smooth. You can just loop around, loop-de-loo, doodly-doo, doof. And it's fast, so you just have to, like, sometimes stop and give your pet enough time to pick stuff up before you move on. Let's stay out of the boom booms.
Must wait to use that ability. It is not ready yet.
And later on, yeah, and then there's the Inna's farm build, which I will show you too. As soon as we get enough mats to do that. So I'm pretty sure I burned a whole bunch up. Working on the Sun Wuku and the POJ. And I've seen people use, like, on this build before, like, there's been seasons where because of the particular buffs, I've seen people use Little Rogue and Slanderer on this build, right? And put their Wu Kim Lao in the cube. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess, but like, you're giving so much up of the, like, all right. Okay, in his reach. You need Shenlongs for the push build on Innas. And I'm not sure if I'll get into that, but for that build we're done with. Slightly better Sun Wukus, possibly. Not doing Ulianas. Ooh, Bovine Barse. Nice. As far as those potions, like, because we get out of our altar over there, we get the passability, right? So we don't get hung up on the walls of elites or elites, like, we can just walk through them, like, you know, like walking through anything else. Like when I have this going, right? And we don't get stopped by the elites. We don't get stopped by their walls. So, we don't need, like, Kool-Aid. We don't need a lot of the other. So I generally just, like, I just use this bottomless potion of amplification. This is one I like. You see one with an ability or a fix you like better, go for it, right? I just enjoy the increased healing from all sources for 23 seconds, right? It's like, yep. There's ones that give you, I think there's some that give you cooldown. There's some that give you damage reduction. Kool-Aid gives you passability, basically, which we already have. But they all just give you the 60% life, right? Plus whatever their legendary affix is. And yet, equipping those. I don't know how often I mention this, but, right? Like, you just press A on it, then it's equipped. And then when you go to salvage stuff, you don't see it, right? It doesn't come up. But if it's not equipped, then you see it in your, and you can salvage it. Let's see what we got. saving that for our necro when we get there, because that's there's a build that I like to use this on. This isn't a particularly good one. Oh, and we got both of them too. So I can just like do the push build. And they're probably not very good. But and then Azarath, that is this and the pig sticker are alternate weapons you use on your push build for the POJ. Right, if we go look at the leaderboards. Big sticker. And these guys are all banged out, like 150s. They're all banged out, man. With a 110 all the way down to 550. Let's see, wait, yeah. Before we get, holy cow, that guy's doing some pushing. Because he was at 117 before. We're still like number 4 on the leaderboard with our beater build. Oh, and look, he changed to Vengeful Wind. Ha ha ha! I wonder if somebody's seen my video. Ha ha ha! Right. And he's using Molten Gizzard Wildebeest to boost his health. Yeah. Yep. And you look, man. That's a 150. That's a 150. This guy's got some Paragon. And he's got some good gear. Look, he 125s on everything. 133. This isn't even an ancient yet. Right? All he did is he changed from a pig sticker to the Vengeful Wind, because he had a pig sticker. And he went from a 113 to a 130, or a 117 to a 130. That's the difference. That's what I was talking about. Because you get all your big damage, big dog bonuses on this build from your Sweeping Wind. And the more stacks of Sweeping Wind you have, the more damage you do. That's where your multipliers for the build come from. At this guy too. Oh, he's still going with Rabid though. That's not bad. And is he doing? Okay, skills. Oh, he's doing a Wave of Light though. He's doing Wave of Light. He's got Grand Sense. Okay, yeah, he's doing the Wave of Light. But he's got a little on us. He's got 6 levels. This guy, see, still pig sticker. Right, and he's got all ancient gear. He's got good gear, right? Rolling Vitality, rolled. Got area damage. See, that's a good piece. Area damage, crit area, good piece. Hell yeah, these guys are getting it now. They're getting it. Crit strength. Okay, but it works. It works. He's got his crits on it. Does he have area damage down here? Nope. Let's see what he's got. Combo. Crit strength again. He must have a barb. He must have pulled this off a barb or something. Right? And whoops. Just Wave of Light building still. Nope. Okay, there it is. All right. So I know I'm such a nosy SOB, right? Checking all this stuff out. Oh, so okay, Chris Boots too. So he's using Mystic Ally in this build also, and Guardian's Case, right? So yeah, Fire skill. It's a fire build. And because he's not using... It's got fire damage, but it has fire skill. So that's why he's not using the SOJ, because he doesn't have a piece that comes straight with a percentage, right? That extra 25% skiller on it, right? So he's just forgone the SOJ and gone with a more basic wave of light build. Implosion, right? Yep, explosive light, air ally. Oh yeah, because air ally helps you gain spirit. Epiphany, of course, Desert Shroud, that's 50% damage reduction. Sweeping Wind, Inner Storm for the spirit production. Radiance. That's a good one because attack speed does matter with this, so you do need CZ initiative. Harmony is for survivability. Determination, I believe determination is, all right, that's for your cooldowns. Determination is, we'll look at ours. I'm sure I have it. That's one I use normally. That's, yeah, enemies within 12 yards, right? Okay. Anyways, let's go. I am wasting time, but hey, man, like, that's cool. That's cool. And I'm not saying I'm the reason they changed, right? But it's possible. It's always possible. Oh yeah, saving that for that. That is cool. Yeah, that dude went from a 117 straight like to a 130, man. That's 17 more riffs just by changing to the Vengeful Wind. That's awesome. That's awesome. Check your mats. Check your mats. 36 and gamble for gloves.
I cannot afford that.
Then I'm going to come over here and convert reusable parts. Because those are the ones we can build the fastest, right? Oops. Buttons, so many buttons. 700. Getting a build of those again. Let's see if we can cheese this.
So, why are you here? I swore an oath. Surely our friend would have helped you without such.
And I didn't look to see. I didn't like note any certain piece, so I'd be able to tell right away if it was the same kit when I came back. Nope. And that guy down there almost never has gray items, so I'm gonna probably just need to go to a different town, but so let's go. Yep, not gonna mess with that one. We just need an ancient now with good rolls. Oh, I forgot. We had that bovine bar to see. I could have ran that. Should have ran the bovine.
Is not yet recharged.
Got distracted by the leaderboards. That was cool. That was. You see that he changed that up, and to see the big jump he had, right? That's just kind of confirmation of what I said, and not even with a really good Not even really with a really good vengeful wind.
I must wait to use that ability. It is not ready yet. I must wait to use that ability. That ability is not yet recharged. It is not ready yet. I must wait to use that ability.
This is such an awesome casual farm build. Just you know, da da da, la di da, ba da da, just cruising around, floating around, yeah, baby.
It is not
Might as well be some old school, like Vegas crooner stuff, right?
that ability is not yet recharged.
I always imagine them guys singing like death, heavy metal stuff, like Slayer, right?
Wait to use that ability.
Angel of Death or something. Oustwe, the meaning of pain, the way that I want you to die. Oh yeah, baby.
I must wait to use that ability.
Forced in like cattle you are, stripped of your life's worth. Oh, angel of death. No, that's not the word. That's not exactly how the song goes, but. Oof. See, that gold buff bonus of mine went down, and that dude smacked me. Schmacka cracka lacka. Ah, go back to town. I go in between this game and D4, and there are different directions on the controller to go back to town, to pull up your map, and I just get like my brain just short circuits so bad. Which button do I push? It can be, yeah, super annoying. Oh, I should put something in the chat. Good morning, people. There's my chat message. All right, to anybody who has come across this stream and finds anything I say entertaining or helpful, it would be a huge help to help get these out here, Xbox content, to other people if you could follow me here on Twitch. Hop over to YouTube. I have a link on my front page to my YouTube channel. And it would be awesome.
Such a brave soul.
That is too expensive.
If you could take that link over to my YouTube page, subscribe over there, maybe get some notifications when I go live, make some comments on the videos. Like if you have any questions about anything I'm talking about in these, just leave that question in the most recent video, right? Just hit me and just drop it in there, and I'll get it. I get notes when people leave comments, so I always do my best to respond to those. That seems different from what it was. I didn't look before. Okay. And if anybody's gonna have the gray item, it's usually him. One of these two guys. Okay, okay. Dark Timber, so when I come in here again, see if they have the same stuff. They probably do, and I'm just not paying attention to it. Yeah, I think they do. Let's see where we're at, though, with our mats. All right, we can... I want to be able to do like 10. So we're going to need at least 600 of each, I believe, to get that done. 700 of each of those to get that done, to make 10 pole arms and upgrade them with our level 1 Crusader.
Fortune favors the bold.
Fortune favors the bold, and I don't think I've got any Paragon. One. Uno. Oh yeah, bovine. Get the big dog stuff. Get the big dog stuff. Let's get her.
I must wait to use that ability.
I end up distracted talking about leaderboards and whatnot, a bunch of stuff. It's like, it's like I can talk about that stuff while I'm doing this, I guess, but I believe it has a better impact to show what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it, and be able to go back and forth between my build and the leaderboard while I'm talking about it. Now,
That ability is not yet with
you can most definitely go to Maxroll if you're playing on the console and look up builds there, right?
it is not
And then customize that build for how it plays on console versus PC, because it is different. There's a huge difference.
use that ability.
It's different with different characters, right? There's some skills that you can't channel and use at the same time on PC. And on PC, like, instead of having a thumbstick to move around, they use a mouse, right? And so their pointer is going to be out in front of them, and they're just going to be clicking the pointer wherever they want him to move. And they can click on each little monster they want you to go to attack, and they will go in that direction if they're moving, or their attack will launch in the direction of whatever they clicked. Right? It's not quite as random as it is here, because get up there, go behind here. Okay, we got that one. Did we? See, and I have to check the map occasionally, because I'll drop one of those portals and run by it, not even realize, or I'll have to kill a bunch of monsters to be able to get into it, and then forget to go into the portal because I get busy just killing monsters. Just silly.
I must wait to use that ability. That ability is not yet recharged.
Man, I'm surprised we haven't got a portal to drop yet.
I must wait to use
Here's a big mass. Should you want in here? No?
it is not ready yet.
Hung up on the architecture. There's one. See, it happened at the edge of my peripheral and I didn't notice it. See, look at that. Look at all that DB.
It is not ready yet.
Okay, next floor.
That ability is not yet recharged. It is not ready yet.
Yeah, that pet picks up. It's so nice. On D4, the pet on D4 is actually more like a follower that you can customize. So instead of having 3 different followers, you have 1 follower that you can just customize. And I think it's just for the season. It's like, I'm still not clear as to whether or not it's a permanent part of the game. Because they'll do that too. They'll have a seasonal thing in an update, and they'll work it out during the season, and then it'll become a permanent feature of the game afterwards. Kind of like the altar over there was a seasonal thing. It was so popular that they just worked it into the game after that season. Because there's so many quality of life things in there. Like, it's kind of nice that it's got the extra damage creators so that some of the lesser builds they don't have to tweak with so much, right? To make them do T16, they just add enough stuff in the altar to give them the capability to do T16. And that's cool. Right. Ooh, oh, look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, haha. Farming on friggin' steroids.
I must wait to use.
Look at all these gems. Holy, and all these mats. Yes. Yes. Yep. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, baby. Look at all those gems. And we have our farm build on. So you know how many emeralds we're picking up in here? Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. All kinds of cool stuff up in here. That's what it's about. I think we may have to go back to town and clear out. Nope, we're only at 35. Right on. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. And unless I was spamming too hard here, we'll check. All the stuff will be legendary in here because the pet picks everything up. So this gives you room to pick up literally 60 legendaries before you go back to town. Well, 50, because you'll have, some stuff in here. All this stuff can be, right? And, right, 2. Whoops. 2. Why does it go all the way back, right? It goes all the way back. I hate that. That's bad. 4. 6. 8. 10. Okay, so the highest that are going to drop, like this gem and this gem, after you hit 60, will be the only gems that'll drop. Right? It'll be this level or this level. Right? So, you have two of 5, 2 times 5, 5 different gems, is 10 slots for your gems. Now, you don't have to put these in your stash every time or in your, chest, but I just do. I do to clear out so I have those extra 10 slots if necessary. But you can just leave them. Right? And then only have 50 slots. It will be 49 slots. Right? Because you have your 1 slot for your super potion. 60 minus 10 is 50 minus 1. Right? 49 slots to pick stuff up. So, 49 legendaries. Almost 50 legendaries that you can every run. Oh, let's say, and because the double, here we go. 110, 29. Right? And you can compare that with, see, 50, 11. So anytime any one of those dropped, we also got an emerald. So we got 43 and 2. Every time one of those dropped, we got an emerald. Like, so kind of stress what that means to people. Why I wear the broken crown on our follower, and I put a green gem, which is our main attribute, dexterity, in the helm, right? Because when you start augmenting your gear, you need 3 of the largest gems. I didn't want to go in there yet. 3 of the largest gems you can make, right? Oh, I'm not tempest rushing. To augment each one. And you're going to do that twice, right? So you need like 600? No, 30, it's 3 times 10, 30, 60. Dude, yeah, to do it twice. At least 60 to do it twice. So 100 of the biggest gems you can make to augment your stuff twice. Because you're going to do it at 125, right? Do a 125 augment and everything. You'll need 3 to do that for your 10, 11 pieces or whatever it is. Right? And got that over there. And you're going to do it twice. Once at 125, because 125 is so easy to get. Because wow, they were moving weird. And again, yeah, like, I don't think any serious blaster grinder that is going to get much out of these that I put out my content. Most of my content is for the casual guy, even though I'm not a pro gamer, but I'm not casual. I mean, you'll probably accuse me of being a sweaty tryhard, right? It's closer to a sweaty tryhard than a. I rarely like. I'll get into that upper level content, right? I'll get bills to one, capable of doing 150s, but it's not a big deal to me a lot. It's not like I have way more fun just getting a bunch of builds up and going, right? And just, see, there we go. I must lessen my burden. If he had a lisp, I must, hello, first time chatter. Arene J, I think I finally found myself a good stream to watch. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, at North Country Day. Yep, that's it. Yep. So that's here, and then like on my main page, right up front, there should be a link to my YouTube page. Let's see if I can. Copy. Boom. And then I can come over here, and I can go paste. Boom. And there is a link to my YouTube page where I have tons of, I got like 4 or 5 seasons worth of content. And I have other games over there, Resident Evil, like old games. Right, like Resident Evil and, yeah, right, Resident Evil, huh? And Dead Space and Ninja Gaiden Black, which like, and none of it is pro gamer style. Like, it's all casual. It's like anybody could do this stuff. And I came to town to clear out because I am moving. I am on a schedule. Alrighty, all right. There we go. Down. There we go. That should give me got 3 people, 3 eyeballs. Nice. Thank you for joining me, guys. It's much appreciated. I'm sorry. If I am not a programmer. Ooh, that's a ancient one, and I'll save those. So I may work on that. I know you need this. Is it this one? No. Bada bing, bada boom, bada doo. I need that for the cube. I don't remember if I put it in there yet. No, I got one of those in the cube because I was using it earlier, like early on in the game, right? Damaging enemies has a chance to grant you an effect that removes the spirit cost of your abilities for 3 seconds. Right? That's a good piece to either put on your character or in the cube early on for the monk, especially if you're doing Tempest Rush, because you or any channeling skill, because you burn so much. Right? That'll help you keep moving, keep going. We'll go to the bottom here. Work out. This is good, like good for farm builds right here. Every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain a short burst of speed. But since I use Boon of the Hoarder, that gives me a speed boost every time I pick up gold. I don't really use that. Right, Sokurin's Gaze is for the Wave of Light builds, which I should say. God. Looking for what I'm saving and not saving. Shoes. I think I'm wearing one of those already. Is it a good one? Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. That's a good one. The one I'm wearing. Go see if that's in here. Don't have. I think I have a pair of those. Should put one in the cube, no matter which one is the better one at this point. So Truth's Gaze, get one of those in the cube. Get a bunch of my monk pieces in here while I'm thinking about it. Whoop. And Azrath, although it's better to wear the Azrath than have one in the cube. We'll throw one in the cube anyways. Right. Undead enemies within 25 yards take 600 holy damage, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the reason you wear Azrath. You wear Azrath because it comes with cold damage. 25% cold damage, right? And it has a 25% chance to freeze. Right? So really at that point, if you wanted, like if you on say this build for pushing, instead of wearing pig sticker, you could wear Azrath, and then instead of going off your 25% lightning on here with your SOJ, you could get one with cold damage, and then get your Essence of Anguish with cold damage, and stack all cold damage, because that was originally how you built the build. You stacked cold damage, right? So then your offhand would be Azrath, so you could go 25% cold damage off the rip, right? And then cold damage and cold damage, right? And that's how you done that, because your flurry is cold damage. So you'd stack all that cold damage and area damage. And you can do it either way. Like after the seasons, or like you can either do lightning or you can do cold damage. Because when you're pushing, you're not going to be using Vengeful Wind anyway. You're probably going to be using one of those two. So you could instead of doing lightning damage, you could do cold damage and use your Azrath. Just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Right? I get too busy theory crafting instead of playing. This is a good one also for your follower. Like this has got Dex on it, so instead of it, because your follower, you want to get this stuff together on a wizard or a necro, right? Chance to chill, right? And Azrath does cold damage, freezes them, you do more, da 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 da. And using the Anguish on this one, or any of them, gives you a higher chance of proccing that side skill. chance to chill or chance to freeze or whatever, which is like 25% on Azrath. So, which I think is a better one to go with. A lot of people use the Thunder one. I think Azrath is the way to go if you're doing the POJ. You just get more out of cold damage. And it has a higher chance of freezing them than the stun. We're in a better one of those already. Already had one of those in the cube because it didn't show up when I went to extract. Oh, nope, it is. There we go. There we go. Silly me. Oh, there's our little man. There's my little jackaboo woke up. Loot socks, barbarian. I might as well put it in there. Look at it. It's so silly. That's a good one. I'm not going to put, like, that could be worn. We can put an average span in here. It's just got poison down. Oh, that has poison damage on it. That one's not going in there. I wonder what was wrong with that. Well, I probably just was probably dropped and I threw it in there. If that was something in my... Are you ready to eat some foodie food? Mr. Waking Up for the Day? No? That's our sicky boo. This is Mr. Jackson over here. And he's like, he's one of those little fellers who, when something's not right in his world, he's crushed. It just crushes him. All right, I got to get him. How far are we in? We're about 20 minutes shy of where I usually cut it off. I need to get him some food and get him some meds. I'm going to have to call this one a little early. Thank you for joining me. And once again, please follow me here at Twitch. Jump over to YouTube, subscribe and maybe get some notifications when I drop a new video. Like, I really appreciate it if people have the time in the morning to watch me when I'm streaming and they can ask questions over here like Irene J did. Thank you very much, bro. Oh, yeah, little mister. Sorry, I'm distracted by the young one. But, okay, Darth Grumpy Dad, thank you very much again. Every little bit of help you guys can give me to get this content out there for Xbox players is awesome, and I appreciate it. Signing off. Have a good day. Catch you later.